Think of a big, beautiful tapestry with many different colored threads, and each thread is like a choice you make in life. Some choices lead to good things like happiness and success. Others might lead to mistakes or feeling sad. We all see this tapestry, but only some people really understand that they can control how their tapestry looks. And this is what choice means: knowing you can make your life the way you want it, even when things are hard. Today, we're going to talk about how to make good choices using the 12 rules for life. And these rules are like tools that help you make your life full of meaning and good things. Sometimes life feels like a rough ocean with big waves pushing us around. We might feel stuck or like we can't do anything to change things. This feeling can make us sad and like giving up. But what if this feeling isn't real? What if we can still choose what to do even when things are hard? The truth is, we always have a choice. Even when things seem impossible, we can choose how we see the problem, how we feel about it, and what we do next. This doesn't mean life is always easy, but it means we are strong and can get through tough times. Think about people who have done amazing things even when it was hard. The athlete who gets hurt but works hard to get better and win. The single parent who works many jobs to take care of their kids. The person who starts a business even after failing many times. These people show us that we can always choose to have hope and keep going even when things are dark. Feeling helpless is like a trap. It stops us from doing our best. When we see that we have choices, we become free. We get to write our own stories and build our own lives. This rule might seem simple. It's about how you stand, but it has a bigger meaning too. Standing up straight isn't just about your body. It's about feeling good about yourself and taking charge of your life. And how you stand shows how you feel inside. If you slouch, it looks like you're not sure of yourself or sad. When you stand tall with your shoulders back, you look strong and ready for anything. Your body and your mind are connected. When you stand tall, you feel better about yourself. You're more likely to try new things and go after your dreams. But if you slouch, you might feel bad about yourself and not try as hard. Standing up straight is like saying, I'm in charge of my life. It shows you're not just watching life happen, you're making it happen. It reminds you that you're strong enough to handle anything. When you stand tall, good things happen. People see you as confident, and you might get new chances. You start to believe in yourself more and go after what you want. And you learn to get through hard times and come out even stronger. We often find ourselves caring for others, putting their needs before our own. We go out of our way to help friends, family, and even strangers, offering support, advice, and a listening ear. But how often do we extend the same kindness and compassion to ourselves? How often do we prioritize our own well-being and treat ourselves with the same level of care and respect that we give to others? This rule challenges us to rethink our relationship with ourselves. It encourages us to see ourselves not as burdens or afterthoughts, but as individuals deserving of love, care, and attention. It reminds us that self-care is not selfish. It is essential for our physical, mental, and emotional health. When we neglect our own needs, we deplete our energy, compromise our resilience, and diminish our capacity to give to others. We become like a well that has run dry, unable to offer refreshment or sustenance. But when we prioritize self-care, we replenish our reserves, strengthen our spirit, and cultivate a sense of inner peace and well-being. We become a source of light and inspiration, radiating positivity and generosity to those around us. Self-care can take many forms, and it might mean getting enough sleep, eating nourishing foods, and exercising regularly. It might involve setting boundaries, saying no to unreasonable demands, and prioritizing activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. It might also include seeking support from loved ones, practicing mindfulness and gratitude, and engaging in creative pursuits that feed our souls. By treating ourselves like someone we are responsible for helping, we cultivate a sense of self-worth and self-respect. We recognize that we are valuable, that our needs matter, and that we deserve to live a life filled with joy, purpose, and fulfillment. The company we keep has a profound impact on our lives. The people we surround ourselves with can either lift us up or drag us down. They can either inspire us to reach our full potential or discourage us from pursuing our dreams. They can either celebrate our successes or belittle our achievements. This rule reminds us of the importance of choosing our friends wisely. It encourages us to seek out relationships with people who genuinely care about our well-being, who support our goals, and who want to see us succeed. These are the people who will cheer us on when we're winning, offer a shoulder to lean on when we're struggling, and challenge us to become the best versions of ourselves. Surrounding ourselves with positive and supportive individuals creates an environment conducive to growth and happiness. It fosters a sense of belonging, boosts our self-esteem, and provides us with the encouragement and motivation we need to overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. On the other hand, maintaining relationships with people who are negative, critical, or unsupportive can be detrimental to our well-being. These relationships can drain our energy, undermine our confidence, and create unnecessary stress and conflict in our lives. It is important to recognize that we have the power to choose the people we allow into our lives. We can set boundaries, say no to toxic relationships, and prioritize connections that nourish our souls and uplift our spirits. By surrounding ourselves with people who want the best for us, we create a powerful support system that empowers us to thrive. In today's world, it's easy to fall into the trap of comparison. Social media bombards us with images of seemingly perfect lives, creating a false sense of inadequacy and self-doubt. We scroll through carefully curated feeds, comparing our behind-the-scenes struggles to others' highlight reels. We measure our worth against external standards, seeking validation and approval from others. But this constant comparison is a recipe for unhappiness, and it robs us of joy, fuels our insecurities, and distracts us from our own unique path. It's like trying to run a race while constantly looking over your shoulder at the competition. You lose focus, stumble, and ultimately fall short of your own potential. This rule reminds us that the only comparison that truly matters is the one between who we are today and who we were yesterday. It encourages us to focus on our own progress, celebrate our own achievements, and acknowledge our own growth. It's about recognizing that everyone's journey is different and that comparing ourselves to others is a futile and self-defeating exercise. True success lies not in outdoing others, but in becoming the best version of ourselves. It's about setting personal goals, pushing our own boundaries, and striving for continuous improvement. It's about recognizing our strengths, acknowledging our weaknesses, and accepting our unique talents and abilities. By focusing on our own journey, we free ourselves from the tyranny of comparison. We cultivate a sense of self-acceptance, appreciate our own unique gifts, and find fulfillment in our own personal growth. We learn to define success on our own terms rather than seeking validation from external sources. Every journey begins with a single step. Celebrate each milestone, no matter how small. Acknowledge your efforts, even if they don't always yield immediate results. And most importantly, be kind to yourself. You are on your own unique path, and your progress is worth celebrating. While this rule is specifically directed towards parents, its wisdom extends far beyond the realm of child rearing. It speaks to the importance of setting clear expectations, enforcing boundaries, and holding others accountable for their actions in all relationships. Whether we're dealing with children, friends, family members, or colleagues, it's essential to establish clear guidelines for acceptable behavior. This doesn't mean being controlling or overly restrictive, but rather communicating our expectations in a clear and respectful manner. When we allow others to consistently engage in behavior that we dislike or find disrespectful, we undermine our own self-respect. and create an environment of resentment and frustration, we send the message that their actions are acceptable, even if they are hurtful or harmful. Setting boundaries is not about being punitive or controlling. It's about creating a safe and healthy space for everyone involved. It's about fostering mutual respect, promoting accountability, and ensuring that everyone feels valued and heard. By enforcing boundaries and holding others accountable for their actions, we demonstrate self-respect and create a foundation for healthy and fulfilling relationships. We teach others how to treat us, and we empower ourselves to walk away from relationships that are toxic or unsupportive. It's easy to point fingers and find fault in the world around us. We see injustice, inequality, and suffering, and we feel a righteous anger at the state of affairs. We may be tempted to criticize those in power, condemn social systems, or lament the shortcomings of others. But before we rush to judge the world, this rule encourages us to first look inward. It challenges us to take responsibility for our own lives, to address our own flaws and shortcomings, and to create order and harmony within ourselves. It's like trying to clean a messy room while ignoring the clutter in your own closet. You might temporarily create the illusion of order, but the underlying chaos remains. True change begins at home, within our own hearts and minds. Setting our house in perfect order means taking an honest look at our own lives. It means acknowledging our own biases, recognizing our own contributions to the problems we see in the world, and taking steps to address our own personal growth and development. And it's about cultivating self-awareness, practicing self-discipline, and striving for personal excellence. It's about living in alignment with our values, taking responsibility for our actions, and making conscious choices that contribute to our own well-being and the well-being of those around us. When we focus on personal growth and self-improvement, we create a ripple effect of positive change. We become beacons of light, inspiring others through our own actions and example. We demonstrate that change is possible, not through grand gestures or empty rhetoric, but through the quiet, consistent work of personal transformation. The world is a reflection of ourselves, and by setting our own house in perfect order, we contribute to a more harmonious and just world for all, in a world that often values instant gratification and quick fixes. This rule reminds us of the importance of pursuing what is truly meaningful, even if it requires sacrifice, patience, and perseverance. It challenges us to look beyond the allure of short-term gains and focus on the long-term impact of our actions. It's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of what is expedient, what offers the quickest path to success or the most immediate reward. We may be tempted to cut corners, compromise our values, or prioritize short-term gains over long-term fulfillment. But true meaning and lasting satisfaction come from pursuing what resonates with our deepest values and aspirations. It's about aligning our actions with our purpose, contributing to something larger than ourselves, and leaving a positive legacy for future generations. Pursuing what is meaningful may not always be the easiest or most convenient path. It may require us to step outside our comfort zones, face our fears, and make difficult choices. It may involve delayed gratification, setbacks, and even failures along the way. But the rewards of pursuing what is meaningful are immeasurable. It brings a sense of purpose, fulfillment, and joy that cannot be replicated by fleeting pleasures or material possessions. It allows us to tap into our full potential, contribute our unique gifts to the world, and leave a lasting mark on the lives of others. Life is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Focus on the long game. Choose actions that align with your values, even if they require sacrifice or delayed gratification. And most importantly, never lose sight of what truly matters. Honesty and integrity are the cornerstones of trust and strong relationships. When we speak the truth, we build credibility, foster open communication, and create a foundation for genuine connection. On the other hand, when we lie, we erode trust, create confusion, and damage our relationships. This rule reminds us of the importance of being truthful, both with ourselves and with others. It encourages us to speak our minds, express our feelings, and live in alignment with our values. It also cautions us against the dangers of deception, both intentional and unintentional. Lying, even seemingly small white lies, can have a corrosive effect on our lives. It creates a web of deceit that is difficult to untangle. It erodes our self-respect, damages our relationships, and ultimately undermines our own happiness and well-being. Self-deception is equally harmful. When we lie to ourselves, we deny our true feelings, ignore our own needs, and create a false reality that is unsustainable. We may convince ourselves that we are happy when we are not, or that we are capable of something when we are not. This self-deception can lead to frustration, disappointment, and a sense of disconnection from our true selves. Living a life of honesty and integrity requires courage and self-awareness. It means being willing to face difficult truths, acknowledge our own shortcomings, and express our thoughts and feelings openly and honestly. It also means being mindful of our words and actions, ensuring that they align with our values and intentions. By choosing truth over deception, we cultivate authenticity, build trust, and create deeper, more meaningful connections with others. We live in alignment with our true selves, fostering a sense of inner peace and self-respect. In a world filled with diverse perspectives and experiences, it's easy to fall into the trap of assuming that we know everything. We may dismiss others' opinions, discount their knowledge, or believe that our own viewpoint is superior. This rule challenges us to approach every conversation with an open mind and a willingness to learn. It encourages us to assume that the person we are listening to might have something valuable to teach us, even if their perspective differs from our own. Active listening is a powerful tool for building understanding and fostering connection. It involves not just hearing the words someone is saying, but also paying attention to their tone of voice, body language, and underlying emotions. It requires us to be fully present, to set aside our own biases and assumptions, and to genuinely seek to understand the other person's point of view. When we approach conversations with humility and curiosity, we open ourselves up to new ideas, perspectives, and possibilities. We learn from others' experiences, expand our own knowledge, and deepen our understanding of the world around us. This doesn't mean that we have to agree with everything we hear. It simply means that we are willing to consider different viewpoints, ask questions, and engage in thoughtful dialogue. By doing so, we create an environment of mutual respect and open communication where everyone feels heard and valued. Knowledge is a vast and ever-evolving landscape. There is always something new to learn, a different perspective to consider, or a hidden truth to uncover. By assuming that the person you are listening to might know something you don't, you cultivate a spirit of intellectual humility and open yourself up to the endless possibilities of learning and growth. The words have power. They can inspire, uplift, and connect us. They can also wound, confuse, and create division. The way we use language matters, and this rule reminds us of the importance of being precise in our speech. Clear and concise communication is essential for fostering understanding and building strong relationships. When we express ourselves clearly, we avoid misunderstandings, reduce conflict, and create a sense of clarity and purpose. Vague or ambiguous language, on the other hand, can lead to confusion, misinterpretation, and frustration. It can create barriers to communication, hinder collaboration, and leave people feeling unheard and misunderstood. Being precise in our speech requires us to be mindful of our words, to choose them carefully, and to express our thoughts and feelings in a way that is both clear and respectful. It also involves actively listening to others, seeking clarification when needed, and being willing to rephrase or elaborate on our own words to ensure that our message is understood. Precise communication is not about being overly formal or verbose. It's about using language that is simple, direct, and to the point. It's about avoiding jargon, cliches, and filler words that can obscure our meaning. It's about speaking with intention and clarity so that our words resonate with those we are communicating with. By cultivating precise communication skills, we enhance our ability to connect with others, build trust, and foster collaboration. We create an environment where ideas can flow freely, where misunderstandings are minimized, and where everyone feels heard and understood. While this rule may seem lighthearted and specific, it carries a deeper message about respecting others' pursuits and passions. It encourages us to allow individuals the freedom to explore, take risks, and pursue their own interests without unnecessary interference or judgment. Children skateboarding represent the spirit of adventure, the joy of learning, and the courage to push boundaries. They are fully engaged in the moment, testing their skills and experiencing the thrill of mastering a new challenge. Interrupting them would disrupt their flow, dampen their enthusiasm, and potentially discourage them from pursuing their passions. This rule extends beyond children and skateboarding. It applies to anyone who is fully engaged in a pursuit that brings them joy, fulfillment, or a sense of purpose. It could be an artist lost in their creative process, a musician practicing their instrument, or an athlete training for a competition. Respecting others' pursuits means recognizing their autonomy, appreciating their dedication, and allowing them the space to explore their own passions without unnecessary interference. It means offering encouragement, support, and admiration rather than criticism or judgment. By fostering an environment of respect and encouragement, we empower others to pursue their dreams, express their creativity, and discover their full potential. We create a world where individuals feel safe to take risks, explore their passions, and contribute their unique gifts to the world. This final rule, seemingly simple and whimsical, encapsulates a profound truth about the importance of appreciating life's simple joys and unexpected moments. It encourages us to cultivate a sense of wonder, gratitude, and mindfulness in our daily lives. Petting a cat on the street is a metaphor for accepting the beauty and spontaneity of life. It's about pausing amidst the hustle and bustle of our daily routines to acknowledge the small miracles that surround us. It's about being present in the moment, appreciating the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birdsong, or the gentle touch of a furry friend. In a world that often prioritizes productivity and achievement, it's easy to overlook the simple pleasures that make life worth living. We may become so focused on our goals and to-do lists that we forget to savor the journey, to appreciate the present moment, and to find joy in the everyday. Cultivating gratitude and mindfulness allows us to shift our perspective, to see the world through a lens of appreciation and wonder. It helps us to recognize the abundance that surrounds us, to find beauty in the ordinary, and to experience a deeper sense of connection to ourselves, to others, and to the world around us. It's about taking the time to notice the small details, to savor the taste of our morning coffee, to appreciate the laughter of a loved one, or to marvel at the vibrant colors of a sunset. It's about being fully present in each moment rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. By accepting the spirit of this rule, we infuse our lives with a sense of joy, wonder, and gratitude. We become more attuned to the beauty and magic that surrounds us, and we cultivate a deeper appreciation for the simple gifts that life has to offer. The 12 rules for life offer us a roadmap for navigating the complexities of life with wisdom, courage, and compassion. They remind us that we have the power to choose our own path, to overcome challenges, and to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. These rules are not a magic formula for instant success or happiness. They are a set of guiding principles that, when applied consistently and with intention, can lead to personal growth, stronger relationships, and a deeper sense of purpose. They encourage us to take responsibility for our own lives, to cultivate self-respect and self-compassion, to surround ourselves with positive and supportive individuals, and to pursue what is truly meaningful, even if it requires sacrifice and perseverance. They remind us of the importance of honesty, integrity, and open-mindedness. They encourage us to communicate clearly, listen actively, and respect others' pursuits and passions. And they invite us to appreciate life's simple joys, cultivate gratitude, and find beauty and wonder in the everyday. The power of choice lies within each of us. By accepting these principles and applying them in our own lives, we can weave a tapestry of our own making, one that reflects our deepest desires, values, and aspirations.